And hello, everyone. Welcome back to FPL in the Trenches, Frontline Prediction League in the Trenches. I'm your co-host, Scott. Joining me, as always, is BeerMe. I'm out of order, though. I've skipped a week. It is Frontline Prediction League on YouTube, right here where you're watching it. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Frontline Prediction League with underscores under or between the words over on Instagram, and Frontline League on X, Twitter, whatever. Go follow along. Follow everything there. Follow into our Discord. You'll see that down in below in the description as well. In our Discord, you'll see live event chat for Impact having their weird throwback thing right now as we record this on Thursday. You can see live event chat for as other events as they happen. We got match results. You can see that right there. You got preview pages for upcoming stuff. You can see that in a second. Got character chat, which is going off like crazy because Survivor Series happened. Lots of fun stuff in there. Please check it out. Plus general discussion and things. And it's a lot of fun. But as I mentioned, I'm here. I'm your co-host, Scott. BeerMe is also here. 2 intros this time, BeerMe. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, Scott. It's good to be back. It's been a while since I've been on here, but I missed you, and I'm ready to talk some FPL. How are you doing?
I'm good. I know we honestly were just talking for like a half hour, just ranting on stuff, and because we didn't talk last week, really. We did a podcast last night, but it's a lot, and this is... Okay, give me a second here, because I was going to actually do this on our podcast recording last night, but that had hiccups, including a dog barking suddenly that scared the hell out of Red, which I might include as a blooper because it was really funny. Miley barked at something, and yeah. But also my computer crashed after about an hour. We had to reboot, and it took like an extra hour to record the damn thing. And we couldn't just stop where we were because we were just getting to CM Punk. So, yeah, I want to thank CT for stepping up last week and doing the recording for Trenches. It was all very last minute. I know I did a promo. So last week, I worked Monday and Tuesday, and I had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off. And I recorded a promo for Survivor Series on Tuesday. I recorded the Reckless Eating Scott's Exclusives, the festive chicken sandwich thing. I recorded that night. And
That's pretty good.
It was fun. Matt put it up, I think, yesterday. He was supposed to put it up on 28th, but he got like a day ban on YouTube for something BS thing or whatever. But yeah, so that's up there, and I appreciate when guys watch that. It's a lot of fun. It's on Reckless Eating. Friend of the show, Matt, does that as well. But then, like, honestly, a few people know this, so I'm going to say it here. And the main reason is, you'll know why in a second, but Wednesday night, late Tuesday into Wednesday, I got word that a good friend of mine passed. And for those who watch the show and know when I'm online on Saturdays or I'm not, it's because I'm out with friends gaming. Playing D&D, or we're doing a Star Wars game or Shadowrun or whatever. And I got a new book like a week ago, Candela Obscura. Like we play every week, and we're doing it for 15 years. Something like that, damn near every Saturday. It became really regular for about 10 years or so, but it's the same group. Whenever we go to movies, all the Marvel openings, we'd go and stuff like that, and there's probably about 5 or 6 of us as a core group, and he's one of them. And he passed late that night. It was sudden, took us all by surprise, and obviously I was a wreck for a couple days. And he's a big wrestling fan, so that's why I'm cool talking about it here too. He crapped on Roman Reigns like we all did, and then loved Roman Reigns like we all did. Stuff like that. So like he's a big fan of wrestling, and it hurts. It's obviously, you can tell this is kind of hard to talk about here because I haven't said this to anybody literally as part of working from home. It's kind of weird. I've said it in typing in chat to the guys here. So thank you to BeerMe, to CT, to GMSG, and to Red, who know this. And thank you to everybody who reached out knowing that I was having a rough week. There was a lot of you, and I mean, people on my Facebook knew when I posted about it and stuff. Like, it's not easy, but it sucks because it was sudden, and like, Canadian healthcare is what it is. But there were some heart failure issues, and compounded, and COVID's a son of a bitch. And it all just suddenly became a thing with that heart failure, apparently. That's as far as I know. It wasn't ending self, which is the more tragic thing because, you know, he didn't want it. So it's I know it's kind of a rough thing to start with, but that's why I didn't record a Trenches the next day. and things like that. So all the stuff that came out while I was like not good, it was pre-recorded. Voice chat last week for Survivor Series. I was supposed to be out gaming with the guys for our first get together since, and like to get together, and one of the guys was sick, and we obviously didn't want to risk it. So we haven't been together since. The Saturday coming up, we're looking towards that, and it's like we're playing Call of the Netherdeep, and it's the finale that I'm running, and I don't know how to handle some of that with the character stuff. It's none of it's easy. You don't know what to do, and when you deal with a passing like that, when you don't deal with it much either, like I haven't, luckily, you react in weird ways, and the first thing you think of is, I gotta tell this, whatever, but I'm like, what do we do with this character? What do we do with this? Like, the things that don't matter, right? So, thank you to everybody in voice chat who knew nothing of this as we watched CM Punk come back in the Survivor Series, and just knew that it was a good time for me, and I put up big thanks afterwards. I needed that. I needed it. And it's rough. It's still obviously hard because like it doesn't make sense. And I know it's a heavy thing to start with, but I wanted to say it to the podcast, and even after we finished the podcast last night, I forgot it and went, damn it, I didn't even get to do it there. So here it is. So yeah. I just know because most of the guys in our Discord and who watch this show literally know that on Saturdays I'm usually out gaming, and that's why I sometimes miss the shows where I get back just in time to see a spear and a pin. Like, that's right. So it's that. It's a tough one. So yeah, I'm gonna repeat myself over and over unless I move on from this. So like I said, BeerMe, thank you for understanding for last week for not doing it. It was a matter of timing last week as well, because it was literally a case where that happened so suddenly. BeerMe wasn't able to coordinate any other day, and CT stepped up when he was goddamn sick and did an amazing job. I fully flat out told CT that I think his match storyline breakdowns were so much better than ours. The first thing he said back was, yeah, but your camaraderie with BeerMe is so much better. Like, that's the fun of the show. So
right.
We need our quarterly or biannual CT to step in to like hammer home some of the storyline stuff and really get in there with that. And we might have to wrangle him in to work on the year-end awards, which we are talking about, to really ensure that a lot of the story points are hit, because I forget when people are on a win streak, let alone what some of the storyline stuff is. Let's be honest. So thank you to everybody from the bottom of my heart. For stepping up or expressing care or thanks or sympathy when you didn't even know what it was. That is, I'm going to steal a line from Balmer that I think he not overused, but he didn't even realize what he had. But he said he loved the community of all of this with the FPL and Frontline and top of the card and all that. He loved the community that he built and felt honored by it and wanted to keep it going. I feel it was for selfish reasons. And he let it go away. He let it go. And we picked it up, and you guys, for some reason, came over to us and have stuck with us for 3 years of this craziness and like it. And that has enabled us to make events like Survivor Series, and we have World's End coming up, and we've got Royal Rumble and WrestleMania in our fifth if you count there's so much stuff that we've done because of that, and those same people, you guys, care, and like, yeah, so yeah, I'm starting to break a little bit, BeerMe. I'm sorry if you want to say anything here.
Yeah. I also just wanted to thank CT for sliding on in last week and doing a hell of a job. And yeah, Scott, if you ever need anything, yeah, we're all here for you. You know, we're just we're kind of like one big family here. So, you know, but
it's a lot. Like, you can add in situational stuff. We'll talk about Survivor Series in a second. It's a lot because, like I said, it's been like 10, 15 years, and I moved to Thunder Bay in 2000 and made pretty much solid friends I can count on one hand, maybe two. And he's one of them. So like all my family's in Southern Ontario, and Thunder Bay is like a 16-hour drive. It's 2 flights with another hour drive just to see family. All my friends from back home or around the world, right, from high school. Like it's it's found family, right? So it's like yeah. So everybody with the FPL, it means a lot. Obviously, I didn't think I'd be reacting quite this rough on it. Forgive me when I dived in. BeerMe had no idea I was going to say this, by the way. So, yeah. But I'm never one to be cryptic. I don't like being cryptic. It's fun to be like cryptic, knowing I'll reveal it in a day. I was very cryptic on this because I knew like I wasn't ready to talk about it. Because I knew people would be expressing like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Yeah, well, I'm not ready yet. So,
Right.
the fact that people were stepping up with it, and like I said, I put it on Facebook because the news broke on there with our friend group and things, and it's So, let's not dwell on this much more. I'm not saying don't send stuff at this point. I am open to it if you want to say stuff or share your own stories about stuff. Like I get it. I'm not the first person to lose a friend. But it's a new thing for me because I hear about one of our group of friends talks about how he's gone to like 5 or 6 funerals for friends from high school. I've never been. So that's coming up. I'm thinking here. Like, so yeah. So lucky not experience it, but when you hit 45, it starts happening. So yeah. And that's why really I try to keep in perspective the idea of like some stuff isn't just worth getting upset about, even though I'm the first to fly off the handle. And that's trying to find that balance. So, yeah, just it's hard, but it's worth it. So, yeah. Anything else, BeerMe, to give me another sec here, just selfishly to say something?
I mean, yeah, I mean, hey, just take all the time you need. You were doing this every day. You were seeing this dude every day for every day, every weekend for all these years. It's not just a friend. It's pretty much a family member. You know what I mean? It's extended family. I feel you. I mean, I haven't lost anybody like that, so I don't really know what you're going through, but I can only imagine, and that's why, told you I feel sorry and all that stuff, and it's not easy.
There's no right or wrong answer to it. It's one of those things. Like, last story part of this, forgive me, I've derailed this thing completely.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
When my mom passed 15 some years ago, the very first thing I thought of was I need to go online to tell people. Not, oh my God, what, like the brain was like, we must do this. And that's what it was like. It was like, oh my God, what do we do? What do we do? How do we handle this? Like, no, friend's gone. Like, there's no right or wrong. There's not. It's just what you do. So, yeah. So yeah. Again, I'll say it again until I'm blue in the face. Thank you, everybody, for stepping up, for understanding, for not pushing, but also pushing. Because some people were like, "Hey, I'm here if you need it, or if you need anything, or whatever's good. I hope you're doing okay." Others were like, all good, all good. So, yeah. Let's talk Survivor Series, BeerMe.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I can focus on this. And that Survivor Series hype video that I put out, I edited that.
Really good.
So again, I had 3 days of vacation, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I worked on that all goddamn day Wednesday. Knowing this. Having learned that around midnight the night prior. And I just dove into it. And I spent all goddamn day doing it. And it was when I finished it around 10 or 11 o'clock, it hit me again. And I was like, I'm not good. I'm no good for trenches. It was that kind of thing. Like, that's when it was like, I can't do it. So I'm the type to dive into things like that. And I'm glad people seem to like it. It was fun. It was cool. I found a new way to get some new footage, so I updated stuff. JD got new Samoa Joe for you for the first time in 3 goddamn years. Sorry about that. So yeah, stuff like I got some new stuff for that. So it was a lot of fun. And I found some cool animated graphics, like those targeting things. I was very proud of that, and doing that made me very happy. And yeah,
it was really good. It was.
So Survivor Series. Yeah, Survivor Series. Got even this. I wrote the main event. the FBU versus Legends, and I wrote the RGX versus Red. And I was supposed to write more, but CT and Red wrote everything else because they stepped up. The CT even offered, like, if you need to write, like, I'll write anything you need if you can. I'm like, no, let me do it. I need to. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to selfishly throw it to you, BeerMe, first because the main event was yours. FBU, Broken Nerd, the Canadian champion, BeerMe Jesus and James G, the tag champions, and Bastion, the uncrowned American champion who's not giving up on that belt, I know, but also he pinned the world champion, so I never know. They beat the Legends of New School, world champion Ash, European champion Dedrick Cyrus, CJ Hawk and Lexi Briggs, Shades and Smiles. How do you feel about it? Because I wrote it and I loved it. I had that wall run by Lexi early on in my brain. I had the idea of people diving over before Seth did it in real life, and then someone hitting someone doing it, like how to counter that. I had the table spot, the Spanish fly, the first thing I wrote, and just the idea of, like, let's bounce Hawk off everything, and then I got the ending details as well. Hawk gave me his entrance. Thank you, Hawk. That thing was awesome. But how did you feel about the match, BeerMe? To go to you, not knowing any of this, like I think you read it when everybody else did, right? So how did you feel about this?
I did. I thought it was really well written. I really liked the ending where it was just Ash in the ring, and he goes, "I'm the world champion," and then Bastion goes, "Yeah, but I'm the world." And he, like, gave him his finisher. It's so good.
Jimmy G gave me all that details, but I added that idea of "We are the world." That I selfish had that line. Yeah. That belongs on a shirt. It's one of those things.
It does. That was so good. I read that and I was like, oh man, that's killer. I was like, I don't know how you came up with that. But that's good.
Just seemed right. I think Jimmy G had the line, "We are," or like he had the line, "We are the world." That's what it was. He had the world. I'm like, he's the world champion, but they're the world. I think it was a blur. It was during all this, so I can't remember details. I don't remember shit sometimes. So
yeah, and James G came up with the idea of coming out as the
Four Horsemen.
The Four Horsemen.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, that works for me. And then, Nerd and Bastion are like, yeah, that's dope. So, yeah, overall, it was a great match. I really enjoyed it. And it was a really close match, too, from all that I've seen. Like, we really didn't get a lot of bonuses.
4 matches hurt when they dropped Carlito and changed that. 5 matches would have been a little better, but only having 4 was rough. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, a win's a win, and take it, and we're just gonna keep rolling, So. And
the surprise appearance of my former valet Robin getting in there. Basically, I mean, if you know, but it'll make sense. It'll make sense as we go along. What that is for GMSG and his character. It'll make sense. We'll get there. How about this though? We got the Survivor Series match. Team Red. That's the Canadian champion Red, the American champion Red. Myself, that's Camp Applestone and Tino and Larry. Forgive me, it's 5 for this. Versus Team RGX, Billy Grayson, Cammy Cat, Dr. Cat, Chappers, Luke Ray, and Payne with RGX on commentary, unable to be touched during the match, and then things went from there. How do you feel about this one? Because again, I wrote this as well. So
I thought it was really good. You guys. Yeah, kind of did work in that match. You know what I mean? Like, you guys worked well as a team.
It's hard to write a Survivor Series when nobody gets eliminated, because I think I said during live event it was like, oh crap, because normally when, like, if someone gets eliminated after the first match, well, who's doing well? Well, this person has 8 points, that person has, and that has zeros. Okay, well, that person eliminates it, and that informs me on the way to write it. It just, at the end, it was like, well, this team won, that team lost, so they all get eliminated. Well, I mean, we went through that last year, so this is only my second Survivor Series win. I won the initial one we had with the JRPL in 2017.
Same.
And I haven't won since. No, you won last year.
No, it was WarGames.
Your WarGames. So. Yeah, sorry. I meant at Survivor Series.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
I've never won since the first one we were involved in 2017, and now I won another one. That's not good. And I've been in the Survivor Series every single time except for WarGames last year. Like, see, but I captained like 3 of the damn things. Red captained it. We won. So there you go.
I think those matches are like kind of like my favorite ones to read. I really like the traditional Survivor Series matches that we do here. I really do like those a lot. And obviously the Royal Rumble's my favorite in real life. So I always
Rumble's my
getting
favorite
that.
to write because that one informs it. That realizing that Rate Wrestle number 30 was the 8th to be eliminated, meaning I needed everybody to get in the ring first before he goes. Okay. Those write themselves in a way, but they're super fun to plan stuff for, and I'm already getting ideas for the new one. And we're working on who's involved in it. We're looking at who qualifies, and World's End's coming up. But I'll say right now, you got to be at main shows to qualify for the Rumble. There's a few names that have to show up at World's End. We're not really worried that they won't, because that's it. But I think it's like 4 out of 6 main shows, just because of the way things were with NXT.
Mm-hmm.
If you're wondering about it, you have to show up at main shows. So just show up at World's End. You're probably fine. I think Eli is our newest guy, and he's even that. If he does World's End, Eli, you qualify for our Rumble draw. So keep that in mind. So anybody prior to that,
Oh, I can't wait for that.
you're good.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll throw them out like Muhammad Hassan. All 8 people to throw them out. That's all you got to do, right? It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
Or like the women with Naya last year or this year. God, what was that?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, this Rumble was fun. It was cathartic because I wrote these 2 matches after doing the edit. So it was it was a thing to focus on. But the idea, because Red had the idea for the eliminations for who went where. It was always going to be Billy Grayson last, but like me and Cammy had to face off with stuff. But then other characters, that's the joy of these. Like, what do the other characters do? How do they interact? And like Cam has the CKO, just like Ash with the final blow. That's an RKO. I'm doing that as much as I can. God damn it! So like stuff like that is super fun to do, and yeah, I thought it was fun. I thought it was a really good thing to do. And then, RGX is an asshole. Turns out Red was right. Because Orstella comes out and attacks Red and leaves. Then FBU did the old Survivor Series tradition of putting me through a table at Survivor Series.
Well, it's tradition.
Not the
Can't break
GMSG.
that.
He didn't do it. He didn't physically touch me. So that was part of the point of that. And that got me out of the way so that or Billy Grayson could beat the crap out of Red. And in character chat, Red's having issues. So RGX is a major bad guy GM, and here we go. Things are cooking. So yeah, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Character chat's been going off today. It's been really, really good. So yeah. Now, I'm going to give full disclosure here. I've not had a chance to read the rest of this. I have not had time to read it as of yet. Have you read the rest of it, BeerMe?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Now, there's 2 things I can say to that. I always want people to read this anyway, and I don't want to go through it and like read it for you because we put a lot of work into it, and literally everything else on here was CT and Red. So please go read their work. I will be doing so later tonight. So please. But we got the Canadian Championship, Orstella, number 1 contender. Oh, that's fitting with him winning that and attacking. Well, he attacked Red. That's American. He wants both, sounds like. But Jut won the American, so Jut, God damn it, it's going after Red. And then the Kings beat the MBPA, so the tag division is strong here. But go read this. Like, go read the details. Go read the stuff. Go see what's going on in here. Please read this. Go through our Discord, find it in match results, and go read it. But remember, you have read it. Do you have any comments on some of these?
Yeah, the BDE forming was really awesome.
The what?
I mean, the BDE.
Black Dragon
Right.
Empire. Yes. It was
Yeah,
a good
right.
goddamn name. I like that. I like that a lot. That's good.
Yeah, and it's cool to see who's in it. And I was kind of shocked that Smooth Rock was in it, and it took me by surprise. And I'm a big fan of that. So he was hitting in character chat. It was time for a change, and we're gonna get that.
There's a lot of moves suddenly happening in the FPL.
And SOD is no more. So that's something.
That doesn't make any sense to me. I always bet on them. So how can I bet on them if they're no more? Like,
right. I mean, it looks like Harper and Scherf are going their own way.
We gotta
JJ and James Blake are going their own way. It's just
we got to put them in a match and have a
wow.
final symphony.
Right. Yeah.
We'll see. Well, how about Orstella? How about Orstella as number 1 contender? Do you think Orstella is going to be able to take the title away from Broken Nerd?
Not
That's Edge and Omega.
That is because hey, we might see that. Yeah, I don't think he will, but I'm glad that he won.
Dangerous,
Congratulations to him.
dangerous contender. Dangerous contender.
I will say,
And
I am a
RGX
little
has his
sad
back.
that the-
He's feeling he's deserved something after not getting to cash in that Money in the Bank from the JRPL 4 years ago.
Yeah, but I also am sad that the Goose did not win.
Yeah, we'll get to the Goose here in a second. It's justice for Goose. We'll see.
But he did hit somebody with a death pack in like the first 10 seconds.
He
It's
did.
great.
He did.
So,
Jut. Do you think Jut Jut's going to be able to beat Red for the American title? He beat Wookie. Jut beat Wookie. We called that.
I won't lie to you, I kind of want to see it because it's kind of like a really big turnaround for Jet
Yep.
with how bad he started.
Yep.
And I don't mean that in a bad way.
No, it was very
But
bad.
then he just
It was
turned-
incredibly
yeah,
bad. where
It was.
He literally
Yeah.
lost over a dozen times, or it was a dozen times. So yeah, it was very
Yeah,
bad.
and now he's on a roll. So
He lost
I do kinda
overall
wanna see-
in the league as many times as I've lost to GMSG in 7 years. he just lost that in a row. It's like, oh, so yeah, 7 years.
Yeah,
God, it's 7 years. Oh my God,
I mean, his pick base I think is Shawn Michaels.
it
so
is.
I want to see him win it, but like for that, but like besides that, for the story.
Yeah.
So I kind of do want to see him win it. Maybe the boyhood dream will come true.
How about the Kings of the FPL, CT and Escobar beating the MBPA? Two strong
I mean,
teams.
that's cool.
The team that the team that took tails off you originally, and the team
Yeah.
that almost did it 3 times running. It's good to see them fight each other, right?
Yeah, and I mean, hey, the good thing is that they can't challenge for the tag titles while we have them, so
Just gotta do
they can keep winning all these matches. They
Just gotta do something
So-
about that. That's all. You mentioned Symphony of
Yeah,
Destruction. We got a WarGames. James Blake, Mark Harper, Mr. Money in the Bank, Sheriff and JJ Rocky versus Team No Chance. James Costner, Josh Gionio, Ralantando, and Kyer. Now, SSD is no more, like you said. How do you feel about that?
I'm a little sad, because like at the very like at their peak, SOD was they had a lot of titles. Like James Blake was a double champion, or they were also gunning for titles. Like JJ Rocky, I think, was the American champion.
Yep, and he was going for the world.
Yeah, so like he did work. JD was going for the world title at 1.2 or was world champ or something like that. But I mean, yeah, like when everybody was in it. But yeah, it was kind of sad to see. But I'm kind of interested to see where everybody goes from here. Like Sheriff Doug's got this like kind of like a face type thing going on where he's doing all this Zen mode. And Mark Harper's got Money in the Bank, so he'll be fine. James Blake is,
James
Blake. Best to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and JJ Rocky's the goal.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. Yeah, everybody in SOD will be.
Well, how about this one? Smooth Rock and Michael Marsh went to a no contest. And yes, we'll mention it here. Supreme Rock is the number 1 contender for the FPL European Grand Prix title. He beat Modstep, El Cid, and yes, the Goose.
Yeah, hats off to him. Big win.
But it's not the Goose, right?
Yeah, I know it's not the Goose, but I have a feeling the Goose will.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Forgive me as I take a drink here. We got 3J Platinum beating Static and the Arbiter. We got a Survivor Series, as I need to scroll down here. Team Black Cross Light, Jason Blades, Halcyon, Hunter Williams, CM Carlito, and Pushino beating Team Matt Zion, Jackson Myrtle, Captain Krulix, Blackwell, Nayara, and Viper. And I'm not surprised Matt Zion's team won. He doesn't pick according to Survivor Series. But also it was a 77-25. So,
Oh wow.
but once you're eliminated,
Yeah.
like, you don't get any more points. So it could have honestly
That's
been where
true.
one team won over the other, but they had more points. I mean, no, like, it's whoever has more points, someone gets out. It's a whole thing, but yeah, they won pretty handily, Black Cross Light. So yeah, but and it was another clean sweep. I think all of them were clean sweeps, if I'm correct.
Yep.
Yeah, the 2 Survivor Series matches were clean sweeps, but I don't think it's happened before. Or it might have last year. No, there was Soul Survivor last year. That's right. But the Gaffer beat Rab. Rab was almost a fill-in for Survivor Series with Matt, because we almost had a no-show, but we were okay there. Light of the Cult, Danny, Light Jordison, and Kurt Cult beat the Gleeful Killers, Eli and Mr. Glee. Should be Mr. Gleeli, but, you know. And Memories beat Papa Snooch. Now, there's a whole lot of achievements. I'm not going to read them all. But there's stuff about getting your 10th match, being a WarGames, being a Survivor Series, win your 5th, win your 25th, win your 50th, win a Hardcore, win Ultimate X, win a WarGames, win a Survivor Series. I got my first one for that. Hey. Win your 5th tag, win your 10th tag, and win your 20th tag. So, again, full write-up is here, guys. Please go read this. I literally did nothing of any of this. I'm scrolling through a lot. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. That was CT. That was Red. Didn't do any of that. Didn't do any of that. I did this. I did this. This is what I did. These last bits and this stuff too. So please go give CT and Red your love. Go read this stuff. Please, please, please. Read. There's a lot in here. I thought I saw something here where it was, like number contender match and hardcore stuff. And again, stuff that happens in between, not just results. There's stuff in there too about details of other matches and other things. Because we build stuff. We're building stuff for the Rumble. We're building stuff for Mania. We got Insanity, like I said, after the matches, after the Survivor Series with Red and RGX, and especially the fallout from the main event. There's a lot going on there, but let's move forward. Let's look at Deadline, BeerMe. Let's look toward the future here with Deadline coming up next. It's not this weekend, but it's next, and then we got a couple weeks till World's End, thank God. But we got the FPL European Grand Prix Championship. It is Detrick Cyrus versus Surfdog. So yes, like I said, Supreme Rock is number contender, but that's for hard to kill. So Surfdog is challenging Detrick Cyrus. Now, we're not going to go through our full picks right now for who's going to win. That's next week, because it's already a long one. Forgive me for that. But Detrick and Surfdog, gut feeling, who's winning? Is it Detrick or Surfdog? You just gave Surfdog a lot of love, so is he going to take it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think so.
All right. I got a feeling, too. Just based on all that, I think so, too. I think so. How about this? We have Blissful Enigmas. Here's the thing. Redhead 12 and Jonathan C.T. Martin plus 2 more versus Team No Chance. James Costner, Josh Jonio, and 2 more. That's a thing, because RGX is doing a thing. Do you think Red and CT are going to get along? They haven't teamed since WarGames last year. Sorry, we fought in WarGames last year. I don't know the last time they've teamed. I don't even know if they teamed in the FPL, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Maybe as a one-off for something where we had, like, at a Rebellion or something a year or so ago, but I don't remember it. But yeah, I'm going to pick Red and CT on that one. But, I mean, realistically, they're not going to get along, and it's Costner JD all day long. Like, let's be clear. So it depends on the partners. Maybe we'll have more for that next week, so we'll find out there. We got to watch the rules match, though. It's Eli with his profile picture now versus Relantando. We got question marks, and we'll fill those in. Let's do that right now. I've got a match to announce, BeerMe. I think I might have 2, actually. Let's see here. I have 1 match. I have James Blake versus Mark Harper.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So Mr. Money in the Bank versus the double champ, first and only so far, maybe ever, in the FPL. You got to think if Harper beats Blake, that's a huge, huge step towards proving he could be a world champion, not just after cashing in. So, gut feeling, I kind of like Harper on that. I just want Harper to get momentum. I want Harper to get wins. I don't like when the Money in the Bank holder loses. I've never liked that. So I want him to win. But it's James goddamn Blake. So,
right.
Who do you think?
Yeah. I'm actually going to go with James Blake.
Yeah. It's not a bad bet. It's James freaking Blake. So there you go. What do you have to announce? Do you have anything?
Yep, I have 1 match. And it is...
I feel like CT knew. Like, let's do 1 match here and then the rest next week.
Yeah. It is... it's your match,
my match?
Scott.
I was going to say, I don't have mine. I'm so out of it. I don't remember what my match is for Deadline. I couldn't tell you.
I feel like I'm in Groundhog Day because you're taking on Cammy Cat.
It's Cammy Cat? Okay, yeah. All right, RGX needs to be stopped because I've beaten Cammy Cat 3 times and in the Survivor Series. But keeps making it a problem. So, I mean, we're going to have to get to a stipulation at some point. Is there a stipulation on this or just straight up it's a match?
It's just straight up match.
Okay, so yeah, we'll have a match and I'll beat her for the 4th time and then we'll lose something and I'll end it. Like, and I jest. Pull back the curtain. This was kind of a plan to just do a series of matches through the winter. Just be like, let's play with characters. So it's just a fun thing to do. I didn't think I'd win all of it. Cammy Cat needs to win. I want Cammy Cat to win that. after everything, I'm picking Camicat to win that. Legitimately. And I'm not going to throw it. You know me, I'm not going to throw it. But Deadline Iron Survivor matches, 2 of the damn things? I don't frickin' know. Maybe Baron Corbin actually wins the title? I don't know about this Deadline. I got nothing. I got zero confidence on that. So Camicat might steal this one. Yeah,
I was actually gonna.
I don't mean I might screw this up, but I might screw this up, and she'll win. Let's talk about that. Just because if she wins doesn't mean I screwed up. Give her the credit. But I think I might screw up anyway. So, yeah. And you're picking her? Thanks.
Yeah, I think that you're just preoccupied.
I mean, she's also due. Like,
right.
Right? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But maybe you're...
Maybe I was going to think of that. I was thinking that, too. Can you believe if I've won, 3? I'd have to do that 4 more times to get that same low. And that's different, because those matches with GMSG aren't just like, he won. It's more, I lost. But still. Anyway. But yeah, that's Deadline. That is coming up, and we're going to wrap it up here. It is been a very hard one. Not for any sake of yourself, BeerMe. Again, that's not that. It's just, I kind of got myself into a spot that I didn't realize. And it was rough. But thank you, again, specifically me to you for that and helping out and being there. So I appreciate that. And thanks again, everybody. Quite literally from bottom of my heart for everything. For everything. This is not top of the card. I almost said that. It is Frontline Prediction League. Took me a long second to get that one out. Frontline Prediction League. Frontline League over on Twitter, on X. Frontline Prediction League with underscores between the words over on Instagram. And Frontline Prediction League here on YouTube. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Please, 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 go check out those match results. Go check out the character chat. Go contribute to this stuff. It is too late to be in the Rumble if you're a new sign-up, but sign up anyway, because you'll be in there. You'll be in there at the Rumble. You'll be there for Vengeance Day, which just got announced. We got Hard to Kill coming up, and of course there's WrestleMania. So there's always stuff, always building, always get your stories going, always get things happening. Look at Eli with character chat. Everybody wants a piece of him. There's new guys ready to get beaten up. It's just a part of how it goes sometimes. It's fun. It's fun, and that's the main reason I do it. So thank you for that, for making it fun. I appreciate that. I'm getting sappy again, BeerMe. I gotta cut it. I gotta wrap it. Anything else you want to say here before we go?
Just thank everybody for listening, and see you next week.
Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night.